Yay, bacon! Who doesn't love bacon? The problem with bacon is that it's way too messy and it takes way too long to cook. So I purchased this plate, and it is a microwavable bacon grill plate. And it comes with a cover, and the cover is vented. And then you can also see that it's a grill plate because it's got the little grills here, right? So we're gonna see how quickly the bacon actually does cook up in this, and we're gonna compare it to bacon cooked in a pan. All right, so I went ahead and took my bacon and I've put some of it in the microwavable tray, and then I put some of it in the pan. Now, before I put it in the microwavable tray, I did go ahead and spray it. So here's one problem, is that the grill tray only fits, I mean, this is thick bacon, but there's only 5 pieces of bacon here. So it says 4 to 6 pieces is what it's supposed to hold. But the one thing that it does do is with the cover, you're actually supposed to be, I haven't tried it, but it's supposed to be able to stack them. Okay, so that only holds the 5 pieces of the thick bacon. But then if you see my pan here, laying them flat, I didn't really get a whole bunch more, but just what happens is when we use an actual pan, we just shove it all in there, right? But laying it flat, it doesn't hold too much more, at least for that even cook. The big thing now is going to be the time, right? How long does it take? The recommended time for the tray is 1 minute per slice. You have to really be careful with this because the microwaves will vary. An 800-watt microwave, they recommend turning the power down to 80%. And then, you know, again, it's going to depend on the thickness of your bacon and how you like your bacon, right? So the big thing I would say is just the first time you try it, just kind of monitor it. Stop it midway through, or actually as it gets close, that last 2 minutes, a minute, and check where you're at. So we're going to go ahead and do the recommended. We've got 5 pieces, so we're going to do 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up and then stick it in the microwave for 5 minutes. Okay, and go ahead and set it, and I'm going to hit start in just a minute. But I also want to see how long it's going to take my bacon in a pan to cook. We already know it's going to take way longer than 5 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and turn that on medium heat and get that started, and we'll go ahead and compare the times. Okay, so it's been almost 5 minutes now, and the microwave is getting ready to go off right now. And before I take that out, I want to look. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes, and you can see that the bacon on the stove is just really getting started. So I got a long way to go on that one. But let's check the one in the microwave. And be careful because it is still kind of hot. The part that's hot is the air that's coming up from the vents. So you might want to grab a towel before you take that out, and actually before you take the top off as well. The top is not a real easy top to handle. It keeps slipping out of my hands. But okay, so you know, depending on how you like your bacon, here's what the bacon looks like. Okay, this is after 5 minutes in the microwave. It's really probably about as perfect as it's going to get in the microwave. It's just right on the border of crisp. It depends on how you like your bacon, but I would say this is probably about the time I would take it out. So this was the thick bacon, and it was 5 minutes. Again, our bacon on the stove is still cooking. So we're going to go ahead and let that cook and see how long it takes. All right, so I've been cooking this bacon for a while now. It's been 20 minutes. And by this point, I would have turned it up to full blast because I wouldn't have had the patience to stand here this long. The grease is splattering. I'm having to flip it a whole bunch of different ways to try and get it to cook evenly. But the house smells wonderful. I can smell the bacon going everywhere, and it smells yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now. Also, my husband likes his really cooked well. I would have said, forget it, this is what you're getting. But it is cooked, okay? So this 20 minutes later, and here's what we've got, okay? So it is yummy, definitely way messier. The mess on the stove, the mess in the pan, it's definitely messier, but it is smelling really good. All right, so let's go ahead and compare what we've got now. All right, so I went ahead and I put both the microwavable bacon and the regular bacon in a tray, and I don't know if you can see it, but the microwaved bacon did shrink up quite a bit, and it does look a little bit more dry, but it cooked pretty evenly, where the bacon that I cooked in the pan is definitely way more greasy. It's definitely a bigger mess that did not cook as evenly, but it smells really good. So then the next thing is, what's the taste difference? Well, the difference between the taste is, like I said, the bacon in the microwave is definitely crispier, and you can't let it sit for very long. Letting it sit during the time that the other bacon was cooking in the pan was a little bit too long. It just kind of dries out a little bit more. Sticking it in the pan with the other bacon brought it to life a little bit, but I shouldn't have to do that, right? So flavor, still bacon, still tastes good. But does it taste as good as the bacon cooked in the pan? This one definitely tastes more flavorful, but this one tastes good also. So I guess the thing is really, what is my schedule like? How much time do I have? If I've got the extra time, I would definitely go ahead and make the mess and cook the bacon in the pan. But if I'm really talking about cooking the bacon quickly, I've only got a couple minutes, and I'm cooking a smaller portion, I would definitely use the microwavable tray. Now, for cleanup, this one was definitely less work. All I have to do is, empty out the grease and maybe use a paper towel to kind of brush off some of the crud, and then stick it in the dishwasher. It is dishwasher safe. The other thing is, for the one in the pan, I got a big mess with that, right? A mess everywhere. So I would definitely, depending on what your schedule is like, and also what you're going to do with it, if you're going to cook it on the side or if you're just going to stick it maybe in a sandwich. You can also use this tray for maybe reheating a pizza or cooking sausage. So, it still is a microwavable tray. So it is good for, different things, not just for bacon. And then I purchased this on Amazon. It was only $10, so who cares, right? $10, it's worth it. Anyways, I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you enjoy your bacon no matter how you cook it, and thanks for watching.